hi everybody. Good afternoon. I'm Demetrius Robinson. Everybody look this way. Thank you so much for being here today, and thank you for Laura Powers for bringing your class. Let's give it up for your teacher, Laura. So we don't have that much time, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So I'm Demetrius Robinson. I'm the coordinator of career services here at McKinney County College. Like I say, my old school. And so I've been at the college about 2 years now, and so my job is to make sure that you find the right career that you want to go into. So a lot of, I think I've seen you before. And so a lot of students come to school here, and you probably trying to figure out, like, at the end of your end goal is to find a job. But while you're here, you need to figure out what career you want to go into. So my job on campus, the college hired me 2 years ago to help you to identify or to confirm the career you should go into. So before I get started, I always like to know who's in the room. So if you can, I can point to you. You can just say your name and your major. If you don't have a major, that's okay. And I'm that person to help you out with your major. Can we start off with you?
I'm Connor Flanagan, and my major right now is anthropology. That might change.
Okay.
My name is Nicole Ryan. I'm being my associate in arts and home state and social education.
My name is Sam. I'm also doing my associate art, and then I'm going to be a high school history teacher.
Okay, cool.
My name is Camila. I'm getting an associate's degree in civics, but that may change.
And I'm Eddie. I'm doing associates in early childhood education.
Early childhood education. Okay, cool.
Joseph Clark, I'm an associate's in health and cybersecurity.
Cybersecurity, okay.
I'm going to get an associate's in science.
Social and science.
Brendan, and I'm doing an associate's in engineering.
Engineering, okay.
I'm Emily, and I'm getting my associates in arts, and hopefully to become an elementary.
Elementary, okay.
I'm Jackie, and I'm doing my associate's in
I'm Ryan, and I'm undecided.
So Ryan undecided, okay, cool.
I'm Josh Stewart, and I want to be a computer science major.
Computer science major, okay.
I'm Valkyrie, and I'm majoring in creative writing.
Okay, creative writing.
I'm Katie Hart, and I'm majoring in psychology.
Okay, you think. Okay, all right.
I'm Laura, and I'm majoring in business.
Laura, business, okay.
I'm Alex, and I'm majoring in finance.
Alex, science, okay.
I'm Swallow, and I'm majoring in engineering also.
Engineering, okay.
I'm Zan. I'm going into engineering for a degree for engineering.
Okay.
My name is Edward, and I want to major in computer science.
Computer science, okay.
My name is Jackson. I want to major in environmental engineering.
Environmental engineering, okay. So you're undecided, okay.
I'm Alexis, and I'm going to be a psychology major.
Okay, psychology major. So we have a lot of majors, some degrees. Some of you guys are saying, I think I want to do this. And so today's presentation is all about letting you know what opportunities are available for you when it comes to trying to pick your career. Because at the end of the day, we want each and every one of you, when you get your associate's degree at MCC, you want to know that you want to make sure that you go out and get a job. That's the main reason why each and every one of you are here today. You want to get a job. I love what I do. We're going to talk to Christina, Justin, my wonderful admin in the back, Linda, and Laura. We all love what we do. I have a quote: live the life you love the life you live. Find a job that fits your personality, and your personality should fit your job. So you need to find out what you like to do, what you don't like to do. So how can fit your personality? How your job can fit your personality? So what I'm going to do right now,
He's going to reset it because he was getting the visual, just not the audio.
Oh.
So I let him know that you really prefer audio because of the video you plan on showing.
Oh,
so
okay.
he's trying to reset it.
Oh, I was off like, I guess not. All right, so we're going to ad lib. Come on up, Christine.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll just do a brief introduction of myself right now because I do need actually the visual behind me as well. My name is Christina Swanson. I am the Director of Pathways to Success, and that's really what Demetrius is talking about. We want to help you along your pathway to success. Right when you come in the doorway and you are in admissions and applying, and you're maybe picking your area of focus, we want to be with you throughout the life cycle of your time here at MCC, right? So I'm part of that. What you'll see today, what I'm going to show you after Demetrius takes you through Career Coach, is that we have pathways on our website. So they're pathways that show you semester by semester, course by course, what to take. If your area of focus is education, which I heard, if your area of focus is engineering, which I've heard, and some undecided, you can kind of play around and see what classes are involved, right? How long maybe it'll take you, and there's sample schedules, as I'll show you. You know, some students here are part-time, right? How many of you work? Yeah, good portion, right? So it's hard sometimes to do that full-time, right? So, you know, it's an example schedule, you don't have to follow, but at least it shows you what's involved with your area of focus, right? So that's what I'll be showing you here today on our website. So after you maybe play around with Career Coach and you take that assessment, which Demetrius will show you how to do, you can then go look at all the plans that we offer. And again, we're here to help you throughout the whole life cycle of being here at MCC. So it's not just the academic, right? We have success coaches, so if you need help along the way with navigating life and navigating courses, we have people who you can talk with. We have other resources here, so don't be afraid to ask. Okay.
Everybody give it up for Christine. So Jeffrey, come on up, let's talk about career training program.
All right. So my name is Justin Diebel. I coordinate the career training programs here at the college. I don't have a PowerPoint for you today, so I don't have anything I'm waiting on to talk to you about. The programs I coordinate here at the college are a little bit different. Usually when you think about college, you all talk about degree programs, right? And sort of, you know, maybe you kind of knew the direction, some of you didn't. The programs I do are not for college credits. They're not for, that's what, I'll tell you what they aren't for. So they're not for college credits, they're not towards a degree, okay? The programs that I coordinate are really short-term classes. So maybe as short as 4 hours for some of them to a full semester. And they're really focused on getting you a job, okay? So it's things like, it's certification based, okay? So something like a vet assistant. If anybody got interest in animal care, we do a vet assistant program here that's 1 semester. You take 1 class, it's 1 semester class. And at the end of it, you take a national certification exam to work in that field. So I've got a whole bunch of flyers that I'm going to leave here today, or I can talk to you individually about if you have specific interest in a certain field, but I'm just going to throw some of them out there real quick. Was anybody doing like fire science or criminal justice or EMT kind of classes? Anybody on that path here? Nobody first responders, so I'm not going to talk about those ones. Okay. We've got classes in animal care, like I mentioned, with a vet assistant, and then is anybody doing healthcare classes here at the college? No healthcare, okay.
I know, it's funny. Usually there's at least one, but not with
Okay, so a good chunk of the classes I do are healthcare focused, animal care focused. There's short-term certifications like construction flagger, which is like the 4-hour class. But one of the things to take away from these non-credit programs is, you know, you mentioned a lot of you are working right now. And how many of you are working right now like in the field that you think you're going to go into? Is it somewhat related or is it completely unrelated right now? A little bit related? Okay. A little related to what you're going to do. So if you think that you might want to just get a job, like a meaningful job that might line up with your career interest, that's what a lot of these programs are. So for instance, if you were going to healthcare programs, you may take the phlebotomy certification and learn to draw blood. And then when you're going to school, you can earn a better wage working part-time or full-time as a phlebotomist while you continue your studies, okay? You don't have to, these don't have to align with your career interest, right? Like, nobody's saying they want to go into healthcare, but if you want to get a meaningful job while you're going to school that's going to kind of build up that resume that Demetrius is going to help you create, a lot of these programs will do that. So the instructors that teach these classes are a little bit different schedule than what you have with your credit classes. So your credit classes, they're usually instructors that work here that are teachers at the college, right? Well, for these career training programs, it's people that are professionals in their field. So like the vet assistant class, we have 2 vet techs that come in from a vet office. They work during the day as vets, and then they come here and they teach the class in the evening. So you're getting professionals in the field. They're currently working in emergency services or in healthcare or in animal care, whatever the class is, and they're coming here usually in the evenings or the weekends to teach you. So these aren't typically daytime classes. These are usually nights or weekends for these classes, okay? And all of them, if we're offering them through career training, they all line up with a job. So a lot of them have externships where you'll go work in that field. Some of them have job shadow opportunities, but whatever it is, at the end of it, it's something that's in demand. So we're going to be able to connect you either through that program to a job or through Demetrius, through Career Services. We'll send you there when you're done with the training to help you get a job. So if you don't like where you're working right now while you go to school and you want to do something different, maybe you're in a little bit higher wage, build your resume up, you can consider one of these career training classes as like an add-on to what you're doing right now to go get a job, to get a national certification behind you, okay? I'll throw some flyers out there in the back for when we're done here, and then if you guys have any specific ones, you want to talk to me more about them, we can talk more about those programs, okay? All right.
Thank you, Justin. Now we got audio, we got video, so I'm like, I'm gonna have to dance and sing. So I always show a video. This video was for high school students, but I like to always show it to my NCC 101 class. It talks about the salary. So it's interesting, since I am the career counselor, I get people in my office all the time. I get career changers. That's what's the joy about community college. I get people from 18 to 99 that's still trying to take classes here. And I get people who like just want to change their careers, or they feel undecided, unsure about certain majors they want to go into, so they come to me. They sit down and they talk to me about their life, what's going on with them. And so I had a student in my office, and she said that she wanted to do something like a social worker. But she was the type of student that came in, she had the long hair, the glycerin nails. And I was like, oh, okay, she lived that, she liked that lifestyle. So she wanted to be a social worker, and social workers are great. But I asked her, I said, well, you know, I gave her a website to go to, and she looked on the website, and then she like, Demetrius, they don't make enough money. I was like, oh. And she was like, and she said they don't make enough money because she want to live a lifestyle. She said she want to live in Ball Valley with this big house, and she want to drive a Mercedes. I'm like, well, you probably gonna need something to do something extra also. You probably can be a social worker, but also go over there and talk to Justin and do some other side work to live up to that particular lifestyle. So what's very important is you guys are doing your research, because you guys are gonna be here for the next 2 years, or you may transfer. We're doing a workshop on Monday about transfer to the next level. What's gonna be your next level when it's time for you to go to the 4-year? And so it's very important that you do your research. It's very, very important. Do your research on your career. Make sure this is something that you really want to go into. Make sure this is going to be a career in the next 5 to 10 years. Because with COVID, a lot of jobs got cut. And so they don't need certain positions anymore. And even here at the college, we cut some positions at the college. So now you need to find out, make sure there's still gonna be a job in the next 5 to 10 years. Make sure that you're investing your money well. Each and every one of you are paying to be here at this school. And you're gonna pay to go to U of I, or Northern, which is gonna be double the amount of money that it is here at MCC. So it's very important that each and every one of you take the time out to really do the research on your career. Then if you're even unsure about your career, that's when I come to play. That's when you come and talk to me and say, hey, I need your help, I need your guidance. Help me make sure that I'm going into the right direction. So this video over here gives a whole overview of like why it's important to really do research on your career. Making sure you find what you love to do. And so, because you don't want to get up every day. I live in Chicago. It took me, today, it took me 2 hours to get here. I left my house at 6:30, I got here at 8:30. But I love what y'all people are like, oh wow, I know. I was in traffic. But I love what I do. Laura Power used to live in the city also. Now she's up here, your professor. And so, but I love what I do. So I get up each and every day. I'm like, yes, it's gonna take me 2 hours to get here, but I'm gonna get here because I want to be here to help each and every one of you. And so that's why we are here today. So I'm gonna show this wonderful video. Let's see. You wanna hit the lights?
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want all of them or 50%?
That's up to you.
Let's see what we can do here.
About preparing for life after high school, getting a job, finding a career, and earning a living. The question, of course, is what does success really look like? The American workforce has changed a lot recently. Occupations in every industry now require a combination of both academic knowledge and technical skills. One without the other is no longer enough. Having both makes you more employable. Today, we want all high school students to graduate ready for both college and careers. In the next few minutes, you'll understand how to match who you are with who you want to be, and ultimately, how to get there. As you prepare for your future, you'll need to develop skills in 4 specific areas to achieve your dreams. Every day in school, you are gaining academic skills and knowledge. The classes you are taking matter in the world of work. But it's not just about getting good grades. Challenge yourself to learn how to apply the knowledge you are taught. Apply theories and concepts to real-world problems. This will help you be more competitive upon graduation, and you'll have additional options. You can also earn college credit now while still in high school through articulation, dual enrollment, or concurrent enrollment. So take your classes seriously and become the strongest reader, writer, and thinker you can be. Adults are expected to know other things like life skills. These are about everyday, real-world survival. They include things like how to bounce back after a bad experience, how to manage money and create a family budget, and how to remain healthy through good nutrition. Life skills will give you a strong foundation for your future. Local employers also expect certain things of people they hire. These are called employability skills. In fact, people who get the best jobs and keep them have this nailed. Employers expect you to have these skills from your very first day on the job. Things teachers often ask you to do, like meeting deadlines, working in teams, and organizing projects. These are employability skills. Learning how to manage your time, creatively solve problems, and communicate appropriately will help you prepare for the world of work. Then, there are technical skills. These can be very industry specific. They include the ability to apply what you have learned to working a computer, running a machine, or monitoring a patient's heart rate. High school students that are tech savvy with skills and areas of interest to them will find jobs, keep them, and get promoted more quickly. Find ways now to earn certificates and industry credentials in technical fields on your way to graduation. Each of these 4 areas matter to adults, including college professors and employers. Local employers will want to know what you can do and what you can do well, not just what diploma hangs on your wall. In fact, technical skills are part of the new currency in today's world. So how do you position yourself for high-wage, in-demand jobs? First, you need to understand the difference between average wages versus what you can project to earn. Let's say you were considering a career as either an electrician or a business manager. You would find that the average annual income for electricians is $51,000, only about half of the $105,000 average wage for management occupations. So at first glance, it looks as if getting a bachelor's degree in business is a no-brainer. But adding skills and ability into the picture adds a whole new dynamic. What if you have the potential to become an excellent electrician, but lack the skills and ability to be an excellent manager? Then you should be looking at projected incomes towards the bottom of the pay scale for managers and towards the top for electricians. You would then discover that electricians near the top of the pay scale make around $86,000, far higher than the income of a manager near the bottom of the pay scale at $52,000. Now this is just one example, but the concept is true throughout all industries. The claim that you will make more money with an increased amount of education is not necessarily inaccurate, it's just incomplete. That advice is based on just the averages, but no one is perfectly average. Everyone has unique skills, talents, and interests. Truth is, the income for the top people in a wide variety of technical jobs is higher than the average income for many occupations that require a bachelor's degree. So you're probably wondering what you need to do to get started. Here are 4 steps to position yourself for a successful career at the top of the pay scale. First, learn about yourself and your talents. You must take a career assessment to really get to know your personality strengths and your interests. Ask yourself, what do I love to do? As well as, what am I good at doing? These are very different questions. Identifying your core talents and skills will help you select some careers that align with your strengths. Knowing yourself is the first strategy to really figuring out what you will be successful at and enjoy doing. Second, explore all of your possible career options. Today, there are over 800 different jobs organized into 16 industry clusters. That's a long list of possible careers. Research the jobs you are interested in and find out the education, experience, and cost required. There is a lot of information online, and we also encourage you to talk with someone already in that field to learn more. It is not too soon to find out as much as you can. Identifying those careers that align with your personality and interests will help you make better decisions about your first career. After researching all the possibilities, the third step is to then set a tentative career goal based on your interests and abilities. And be sure to consider the range of wages in your local area in alignment with what you learned about yourself. This career doesn't have to be what you want to do for the rest of your life. Just set a goal of what you want to do first. The fourth step is to create a 10-year plan. This plan should include your tentative career goal, the education and training you'll need, and the realistic steps you plan to take to get there. Having such a plan will help you when you pursue an internship, select a college major, and seek employment. Also, be sure to make both a plan A and a plan B. Setbacks are inevitable, but don't worry, it's how you respond to these challenges that matter. We suggest developing strong coping skills and learning how to work well in teams. It is important to be able to pivot quickly and persevere down an alternative path towards your goal when obstacles arise. The academic knowledge, career awareness, and technical skills you gain during high school will serve you well as you pursue your next steps in life. And that's how you position yourself for a successful career. Focus on acquiring academic skills and knowledge, life skills, employability skills, and technical skills while you work through these 4 steps. Just always be true to who you are, strive to fulfill your full potential, and bring passion to whatever you do.
Whatever you do. Justin, can you pass out the career coach flyers for me?
Yeah.
And so at the college, you notice it. You guys like the video? The cool video? You like it? Cool. Yeah, anyone seen the video before? Oh, she wanted to clap. Okay, yay! I picked a good video. And so it's very important. If you notice in the video, it talks about the first step is career assessment. Even though some of you probably already took a career assessment when you was probably in high school, you probably took Nivian and all the different other assessments. But now, when you took the assessment, you did it in high school. But all of us, we change. The more you know, the more you grow. The more you grow, the more you change. And so now each and every one of you are more older now, you're 18 and over, and now your mindset is different than when you took that assessment when you was in high school. So now for your homework assignment, I know Ms. Powers probably already gave it to you. I'm not knowing when your homework assignment will be. But one of your homework assignments, you have to take the career assessment test. And the career assessment here at the college is career coach, and Mr. Justin is passing it out right now. In the career coach, it's going to be 60 questions, and I'm going to display in just a second. But it's very important you take that assessment, because that assessment can help you to identify a career that you should be going into, or even confirm. A lot of you guys say engineering, but when you take that assessment, is that assessment gonna say engineering, or will it give you other options? And then you're gonna be looking like, oh, I thought it was engineering. And then, then we're gonna have to sit down and reevaluate that and make sure you should be going to engineering. And also in our office, after you take the assessment, this is not a part of NTC 101 class, but I'm encouraging everyone after they take the assessment, come and meet with me. Because after you meet with me, I'm going to place you, what Justin said earlier, in a job shadow. It's very important that you see yourself in that position. If you want to see someone, I'm an advisor for one of the clubs here, and one of the students in the club meeting today said, oh, I want to be Megan. Megan is our coordinator of student activities. So I said, well, you need to shadow Megan and see what Megan does each and every day. She watch Megan and see Megan. So you got to put yourself in that person's shoes. So we're going to connect you with a job shadow. So we started the job shadow program when I started. We didn't have one before. So I want to make sure after you do that assessment, they're going to give you some top 5 categories. They're going to give you some career matches. Then we're going to send you out into the field. One of my students right now, he's going to crisis wear on Woodstock. In the Woodstock Square, you guys know where the Woodstock Square is. It's a place called Crisis Wear, and I guess they design clothing. And so my student wanted to be a fashion designer. So I'm old school. You guys know what a Rolodex is. So I just pulled,
No.
Y'all don't know what it is?
No.
So I pulled out my trusty Rolodex, which is a database of companies. And I just called and said, hey, my student want to shadow you for it. And so that's what I did. So right in front of you right now is Career Coach. And I'm going to show you what is Career Coach. Hopefully I have it pulled up. Do I? I do not. I think I can find it. Yeah. Is it there? Okay, cool. Yay. There you go, Career Coach. All right, so when you go do your assignment later today, I don't know, Laura, when is the assignment?
It's gonna be the end of week 7 and then into week 8, so we have a little bit of time.
So you guys have a little time, but you want to get ahead of the game, go ahead and start doing your career assessment. And so this right here is our Career Coach, and you can go to the link is right there on the flyer that Justin just passed out to you. And this is the setup. You can come here, you can find it from my page, and everything is here. First thing you need to do is very, very, very important. You need to log in. Because Laura Powers won't know if you logged in for your assignment. I don't know if you did it. if you don't log in. You have to log in or create an account. Just all it is a username and a password. That's the first thing you have to do. After you do that, then we are going to encourage you to take the assessment. The assessment we want you to take is going to be the 60-question assessment. So you're going to take that assessment, we're going to ask you some various questions, like simple questions, disagree, agree, you just go through it. Then after the end of that particular assessment, they're going to give you some basic different career options. And then you click on that career, they're going to give you a bunch of careers. Then after they give you the careers, then they're going to give you career categories. And then after the career categories, they're going to give you career matches. And then that's what you're going to work when you do your assignment. Lord, I'm going to ask you, what do you agree, disagree, what do you think about this? So that's going to be a part of your assignment. But just for yourself, you need to want to know this for your own self. Like, should I really be going to engineering? Should I really be going to, no one said nursing, right? Business, there was a lot of business people, and I was a business major. I majored in business. So should you be going into business? And matter of fact, let me do a search right now. So at the top right here, we got assessment, the various careers that's out there, and we have programs. Program is all of our programs that we offer here at MCC. But I'm gonna go back to the main page and I'm gonna type in accounting. How do you spell accounting? That's spell it right? Okay.
There you go.
Okay. And so if I want to be accountant, matter of fact, I went to community college. I went to my community college, which is your daily college. When I'm getting my associate in arts degree, and I got my associate, but I also got an accounting certificate. So I did one of the certificate programs at the college. So I got my associate in arts, and also I got an accounting certificate. So, but it's interesting. I got the accounting certificate, but I never used it. Is that bad?
It's in your back pocket.
It's in my back pocket. Okay, thank you. I love that. So it's in my back pocket, so I can still utilize it if I need to. And so, but I kind of like it. You can go over here and give you the salary. Wow, I think I'm in the wrong profession. So that makes $71,000. The bachelor's degree, you need 44% need a bachelor's degree. And I like this because you can keep going and give you the overview of what an accountant is, about the daily tasks, the level of degree that you need, the skills and employers are looking for, the soft skills, and I know Professor Laura Powers has been talking about all of our educational goals that we have for the college are soft skills, communication, critical thinking, professionalism, and also
Information literacy.
information literacy, yes. So all of that information is there. How much more time do you got? I need to make sure Christina come over.
I have about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Like 10.
And so I love this site because it gives you a lot of information that you need. The soft skills that you need, the hard skills that you need. Then I like on the right side, right here, it tells you, let me go back to the overview. It's about 416 annual jobs right now in this particular area, in the McHenry County area. And you can go by region, greater region. It's 1,140 jobs available right now. So if you're going to be an accountant, accounting is a big field to go into. There's something to look into. Then you probably like, okay, do MCC offer this program? Yes, we do. Look at it right here, the Associate Applied Science degree. And then you can click on it, and then it goes into our programs that we have here at the college, what classes you need to take. And I'm gonna let Christine come up right now, and she can talk about that.
Great, thank you. You can get to our pathways either the way Demetrius showed you, or you can actually go to mchenry.edu where it says /accounting. You can go ahead and just /path, and it's there that you'll see all the different types of pathways. And I'll get there in just a second. So, like Demetrius said, you can go here once you take the assessment, and it says, yep, all the answers that you gave point to accounting. That's probably the best place in which you should start. What you'll see here is a list of 4 semesters. And like I said before, so many of you are part-time students, so these are just sample semesters. Doesn't mean you have to follow them necessarily in order, but they are sequenced for prereqs, and for courses you have to take one before the other. But you know, take them as what fits into your schedule. The great thing about this is, let's say you want to go, yeah, I want to start here, I want to take English 151 composition. You can go ahead and click right on the course. It'll give you a description of what the course entails. And then you'll want to go ahead and view it in the course catalog. This takes you to self-service. Are most of you familiar with self-service? Okay, so you can register obviously from self-service, but it'll take you right here. So you don't have to be jumping from page to page with MCC website. You can just look at your, what courses you're interested in, what's maybe coming next within your area of focus, and then you can register straight from here once you log on or sign in. So you want to take English 151, and you want to look at the available sections. And from here, you can see all the different sections that are available within the semester in which you're looking for, what times they take place, what type of lecture mode, or excuse me, not lecture mode, mode of delivery, which could be lecture, could be online, could be flex. And then it talks about the instructor too, which is great. So, you may want to go ahead and look for Laura. Laura, you're on your summer, I'm assuming, right?
For 151.
151?
Yeah, section 21.
Oh goodness, okay, I'm not gonna scroll all the way down, but she's in there. Okay, so if you hear such great things about Laura Parr, which I'm sure you have, you wanna make sure you can find her, you can go ahead and scroll down. You can then even click on this underlined section, and then, well, it's calling section is full, but it can tell you other things in which you need to do for this section. So again, of course, you have the course description, but if there's additional fees, bookstore information, and so on, okay? So, I want to take you to the path page. Any questions on this so far? No, we're good? Okay. I just want to take you to the path page because I want to show you how the areas of focus, or as we call them here at MCC, meta pathways are laid out. So if you go to this page, I want to make sure that you scroll down because right away you're going to see this large picture, these different goals, and I don't want you to think, oh, that's the only thing that's on this page, because if you scroll down, you're going to now see 12 areas of focus. The video that Demetra showed talked about 16 meta pathways. Technically there are. It's called 12 K through 12 career clusters. Are any of you familiar with that from high school? Any of your guidance counselors? Kind of, I see some heads maybe shaking. Maybe you're just being kind to me because I'm speaking, but either case, I appreciate it. Yeah, so there's the K through 12 career clusters, and that's what his video was talking about, and that's what the McHenry Board of Ed used, right? So every single high school within McHenry uses the 16 career clusters. What we did here at MCC, just to kind of collapse them just a little bit, to make them a bit more manageable, we collapsed it into 12. But if you're used to talking to your guidance counselor about manufacturing, architecture, and construction, we did use the same language. So that's our hope, is that if you remember what you're talking to your guidance counselor about and you're kind of interested in that area, you'll then log on to this page and then still follow that career path. I know we combined marketing, finance, business, management, administration into one business type of meta pathway, a career, right, a focus. So once you take that assessment through Career Coach, you can either then click straight through to that program, which Demetra showed you, or if you want to take some time and maybe you're going back and forth between I want to do healthcare, but I'm also interested in business. I want to do healthcare, but I'm also interested in business, right? What do I do? So therefore, you can kind of take a look at the different courses that are available for your program. So you'll just click on each one of these, and it's collapsible. You'll see the plus and minus, and then you can go ahead and click on health and fitness education, and that's one of our instructors, Elaine Whalen, and then same thing, you can see all the different courses which are required. One of the things we did here with Pathways is, and this is to kind of keep in mind, is we did best practices. What that means is we sequenced it in a way where you will have 9 courses, or not 9 courses, excuse me, 9 credits within the first 2 semesters so that you get a feel of what you're going into, right? So let's say you're interested in accounting. You're interested in accounting because mom was an accountant, dad was an accountant, your uncle was an accountant, your brother's an accountant. You have to do accounting, and that's just the way it is in your family, right? Yeah, I'm gonna do accounting, go to MCC, and maybe get a transfer degree, and that's all there is to it. Well, now you're starting to take the courses, and maybe you're realizing this isn't for me. This doesn't like my passion, right? This isn't something I really want to go into. So at least you haven't taken all 4 semesters and left all those accounting courses to the end, right? We want you to get a taste so that we make sure that you're on the right path to the degree, certificate, or whatever you're here to accomplish. Okay. Any questions, comments? Any questions about when you get on that page, how maybe you click through and register? No? I'm gonna give it back to Demetrius, if there's anything else you wanna add, or Justin.
I would just stress some of the stuff that Demetrius said as far as like, figuring out where your passion is and just being flexible, right, with some of this, because you may not know right now, and a lot of these things are trying to get you to dial into just like one thing that you want to explore. But I went to school and got a business degree like Demetrius did, so business was my background, but once I got into it, I figured out that I didn't want to do sales so much. I actually became a police officer for the city of McKenna here, so a total different career shift. So I would just say be flexible while you guys explore these options. Part of what you're doing is figuring out what you don't want to do as much as you're figuring out what you do want to do. So one of the programs I coordinate is phlebotomy, right? They draw blood. You would think before you go in there, you know that you're good with blood. But I've had students take that class and they get in there and then they go, I actually can't stand the sight of blood. This isn't for me. So I think it's just important that you guys do some of these job shadows that are available to you. That's kind of a rare thing when we can connect you with someone local and say, hey, you think you might want to do this, why don't you just job shadow for a day? It's much better to spend about 4 hours of your time or 8 hours of your time doing a shadow through Demetrius's area, or through one of these programs I coordinate. If we don't have the connection, we'll find a way to get you to explore it, because rather than waiting 2 years of college and getting done and then being like, this isn't where my passion is anymore. So a lot of the people that I work with that take these classes, they may be 18 years old right out of high school, or they may be a career changer. I had a lady who told me she worked in the toll booth for her whole career, but she loved animals. She wanted to work with animals. She came back when she retired and became a vet assistant. So just think about where your careers are at and how those things change, you know, what your interests are. But some of these things, like a business degree, may seem kind of focused, but it may be something that just by checking that box, getting a degree, can open up doors to, you know, some other career areas. Like I said, my own was business, but I was able to get a job in law enforcement with that. You don't have to go into criminal justice and kind of lock yourself in. You can just sort of explore what's out there with these internships and job shadows and different things we offer at the college. So just take time to explore what there is with these career coach assessments and things through Demetrius's area.
And he did a great job. Thank you so much, Justin. You transitioned right to what we offer at the college is internships. So a lot of companies and corporations always say that they need students with experience. And a lot of times students come to me and like, hey, I need to get experience. And to get experience while you're here at the college campus. When I went away, be honest with you, I went away to school. I went to Illinois State University. They kicked me out because my GPA wasn't the greatest. I felt like a failure. I was there for a year and a half. I went down there and I started partying. Woo! Had a good time. But then I got kicked out. I wasn't prepared for being down away at school. I wasn't disciplined enough. So I wound up going to my community college. And when I got to my community college, it kind of saved my life. Because I was like, wow, I wish I would have came here first. And so when me going to community college, they had all these wonderful resources. They probably had this at Illinois State, but I wasn't focused to take advantage of those resources. So I wound up going to my community college and I took advantage of all the wonderful resources. But when I was in school, I had a best friend. And I got involved with clubs and organizations. I'm a firm believer in making sure you're a part of a club organization on campus, getting a part of an internship, working. A lot of you guys are already working, but start to work in your career field, but that can really help you when it's time for you to go into the real world and really get that job, your career job that you want. Start thinking about going into your, getting an internship. And so I was getting all that experience. And I had my best friend, she wasn't getting an experience. So when it was time for us to graduate, I got a lot of job offers and she didn't. And I just like, girl, you stuck between the E's. She had all this wonderful education. She went to school, all she did was go to school, go to work, and go home. But she didn't do anything else. I was going to school, I was involved, I was volunteering, I worked on boards, you name it, I was making a name for myself. And she wasn't. So she had the wonderful education, but no experience. So I said, girl, you stuck. Then you got people like I said, this community college. So you have people like my mom. My mom sacrificed for 30 years to put myself and my brothers to school. She worked at this job in Chicago downtown area. She worked there 30 years. But my mom didn't have any education. My mom had great experience, but all my mom had was a high school diploma. So my mom, when we was growing up, my mom would try to go for a promotion and try to a job advancement, but they wouldn't give it to her because she didn't have a piece of paper. So then my mom, she was stuck. She had the wonderful experience, but she didn't have the education to back it up. So she was stuck. So I'm like, now you guys at the right place at the right time. You can get the education from wonderful Lord Powers, myself, and Justin and Christine right here. And you can get the wonderful education, but also you get that experience by getting part of an internship program. After you take your career assessment, after we do the job shadow, what a great way to do the intern for 4 months. Interns usually last 4 to 6 months. And we can do that. We have an internship grant, so we help cover the cost to help pay you. Because we are a firm believer that every student in MCC, look at me everybody, look at me, you're going to get paid if you're going to do an internship. We are a firm believer, our president want to make sure you're going to get paid for your experience. And so we're going to make sure that you don't have to quit your job, or you can't quit your job and just do your internship for those months. When you're going to get that experience that everybody wants you to, you're going to have that real world experience. So when it's time for you to graduate with your degree, you're going to have the education, you're going to have that experience, and you're going to stand out from all the other, remember, there's other community colleges. We got Elgin, Hopper, and all those other schools. But the MCC student, you guys want to stand out. You're going to get that internship, and that's what we do in our particular office. Also, we have an apprenticeship program, which is usually this county, I didn't know about this county until I got here, but it's more manufacturing. So a lot of our apprenticeships are in our manufacturing arena. So if you like manufacturing, come and talk to me. I can tell you about our apprenticeship program. So, but our internship is where to go. So I'm going to encourage that. Come and see me sooner than later to get an internship. And also, Justin alluded to this earlier about this. About also in our office, a lot of students like, I don't know how to put a resume together. How do you do that? I've never seen a resume. Do we do resumes in MCC 101? Do we have them too?
No, we talked about writing for the workplace and business writing, but not really specific resumes. So when you all need to do one, go see Demetrius in the office, because he has excellent resources.
Yes, and so it's very important, but I want you to start thinking now what I'm gonna put on your resume. So you're probably thinking like, okay, what I'm gonna put on there? I got my job now, but what am I gonna put? Start thinking of like your involvement. Start thinking of some of your accomplishments. Your resume is your story. And what is the story you like to share to an employer? On my resume, I got all of my accomplishments, all of my skills, all the committees I've been on, jobs I've had. And so I put all that on my resume. So we need to start thinking about right now what you're gonna put on your resume. But we're gonna help you with your resume development. We also, it changed. Nobody told me. Also, what did it have on there? It said interviewing skills, right? Did you guys read the slide? What else did it say on the slide? Interviewing skills. We help you with your interview, resume development.
Stream.
What else was on there?
Interview stream.
Interview stream. So we help you with your interview when Chase Bank. Just let you guys know, Chase Bank require every candidate when they're gonna apply, they have to upload a 5-minute video to talk about themselves. Chase Bank. So again, you gotta be very comfortable in talking to a screen, not your cell phone, but talking to your laptop. Can I touch your laptop? Mm-hmm. Talking to your laptop, comfortable with a nice background, and talking about yourself. So in our office, what I do for my MCC 101 class, I have them all do the elevator speech. And they gotta get up in front of the class and they gotta talk about themselves. Who are they? What accomplishments they have, where they're going, what's their major. So I'm making sure they're getting comfortable in talking about them. A lot of people shy away and don't want to talk about themselves. So you gotta really be confident and share your experience, your skills, and your abilities to an employer. And so we do those practice in our office. So we do the interviewing practice, resume writing. There's one more thing up there. We help you out with your job search when it's time for you to graduate. So our office do a lot, but it's only a one-man office, really, it's me and an assistant Linda. But I am dedicated and loyal and passionate to what I do here at the college. And so hopefully you guys enjoyed the presentation. I get you guys out on time. It's pretty good. So I hope you guys enjoyed the presentation today. Let's give it up for me. Give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up. Give it up for Justin. Give it up for Christina. Ms. Howard, you want to say anything?
No. On Tuesday, we're going to talk a little bit about Or wait, Tuesday? What day is today, guys?
Today's Wednesday, so
Jeez
Monday.
Louise, on Monday, how about I get my week straight? We'll talk about information literacy and critical thinking. And if you have any questions, let me know, and have a good weekend.
You have any
Thank you
questions for
guys,
us?
thank you all.